find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
SmashMouth Footballerz.
Wait, we got a dream next to the team. Yeah, we can handle it. Wait, soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call
Introducing.
They know what it is, know what I do.
Nick Tate.
Who don't understand? Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My rings.
Joe Caldero.
Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk a mile or even fit
Chad
into
Young.
my shoes. Still, I got a lot to prove. But for all that we've been through, this overdue. This the anthem.
From SmashMouth Footballerz, I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldero.
I'm Cadillac.
And guys, we're in a week 18, and you know what? There are a few people out there still playing fantasy football.
Yep.
So,
playoff fantasy football. I guess best ball still does something right
Best
now.
ball. Yep. You're gonna have that all throughout the playoffs. You're gonna have multiple fantasy games, places to get in, prop bets, and all that. So just because week 18 comes, unfortunately, some of y'all still have championships going this game. Like these two guys are playing each other for a championship
In week 18, which is a bad week to do it.
Terrible week.
man,
So
People are sitting players.
I don't have that problem.
Yeah, I do. I have all of the problem.
yeah, I know. Well, we're gonna go into that. We're coming. Blair, this is a month and a half in our studio.
Yep.
All right, everything's coming together. We're still coming, and later on down the pipe, not only are we going to have fantasy football advice, we're going to have multiple podcasts. And if any of y'all are interested in coming in doing a studio or a podcast yourself, by all means, hit us up. And here is the NFC playoff picture. So the biggest game by far, and if you got anybody on these two teams, you have to play them. Detroit and Minnesota, they're playing each other for the number one seed.
Yep.
All right, 14-2 versus 14-2. It's a shame that the loser of this game may have to go on the road and lose home field advantage and a bye, by the way, because there's only one bye week now in playoffs since the ultimate.
That's the
wild card.
Basically, the reason why, unlike you, I don't agree with divisional play. I think it should be ranked NFL wide, one to the bottom, because some of these divisions are very, very, very weak.
Yeah, if you have an opinion about this, what we're talking about basically is we were kind of getting in a little bit of a heated discussion as we were coming over here. Should divisional winners be ranked by loser, or should you go into the playoffs going by seeds and records? And college football's changing this year. I mean, next year they're going to go to seeding, and I think that has to do with the fact that college football brackets, as far as divisions, SEC, Pac-10, just a lot of this is going away. Big 12, and you're having super conferences.
Well, that's a whole different animal, because you got teams that will never see the championship.
Never again because of NIL.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
but I'm with you. The division stuff is a just terrible idea, and because like we discussed before, you'll get 4 losing teams in a division that'll end up with a loser as a champion. And
let's take NFC North for example.
Exactly.
Okay. Lions, Vikings, Packers.
All in the playoffs.
All top teams.
Yep.
Right.
All need to win.
But one of those teams is going to have to fight to get in.
Right.
Yeah, the Packers can move up to the 6th seed depending on what happens with the Commanders.
Right.
Yeah.
So why would the Packers have to fight when the Texans?
Well, the Texans are AFC, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
like Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is 10-7. It's like Tampa Bay loses, Atlanta wins, Atlanta's in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. But they're going in with a 9-7, 9-8 record, or if Tampa beats New Orleans, they could be 10-7, So, yeah, obviously the Packers, if they get to a 12-win, they're still playing. Jordan Love, all of them guys still have something to play for.
But that's the whole thing is when you get to this close to the playoffs, right? It should be
1
NFC,
to 32.
AFC, and that's it. And then whoever's at the top of those fields.
I don't even know if it should be NFC,
winners.
AFC. I think it's the 1 through 32.
I mean, that's fine too.
Well, I don't like it.
I like it because it would force these teams, these divisions, to actually pick up their game. Look at the NFC South.
Oh, it's terrible.
Our division. What do they have to do? All they have to do is be able to beat the Buccaneers, who are just a 9-7 team, in order to get into the playoff.
And yeah, I agree, but
Where the other divisions are running.
Yeah, they're running against
14-1.
14-2 teams, 13-3 teams, 15-1.
So why are these other teams at 13-1 or 13-3? Why are they kicked out when this other team at a 10-6 is?
This is my argument. This is my argument for divisions. And one is travel. Okay. One is travel, and two,
you should be able to play football anywhere.
Nah, you can't.
Okay, so if
on a Thursday night game, you can't ask the Ravens to go to Los Angeles.
So you're against all of these.
Hey, they're all going across to other countries.
Yes, I'm saying you're against all these European games.
Oh, yeah,
I can't stand it. I can't stand
the quality of the game is terrible.
Yeah,
I'm worried about the
jet
product.
lag.
Yeah,
exactly, because of jet lag and time changes, and then also you may lose. Pete Prisco said something. I don't necessarily agree with him, but I will think that later on it'll take away if you did this, right? The rivalry of like Cleveland against Pittsburgh that's been going on for years, and I know Cleveland's very weak right now, but whenever so right now, like Chicago's going into Green Bay. They have nothing to play for. They've already lost a coach. Their offensive coordinators, I mean, they've been throwing the ball over the yard. Caleb Williams still has something to prove. This is Chicago's Super Bowl. They want to go in there and they want to upset Green Bay.
And they could.
And that, I think, if you open it up, you get rid of those chances like that make the game still viable. That's my only argument.
So let's flip it over for you. Okay? Eagles, Chiefs, Bills.
Right.
Sit all their starters.
Resting people.
Resting them all.
So those games are worthless this week.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't. It's the same. It doesn't matter. Okay. You know, you're saying that these games get better. Well, these games get worse.
They do get worse. So Texans are 9-7.
They're already clinched.
They clinched.
Yep.
Okay. Broncos, a better team right now.
Yes.
And they're 9-7.
And they have to win to get in.
And they need help to get in.
Well, if they win, they're in. Now the Bengals and Miami need help to get in.
To me, it's when you break it down with just 4 teams having to compete with each other, 4 or 5 teams having to compete with each other. It's not hard to do. If you open it up, it's more difficult, and teams have to have better players and they have to do better.
I think it's a fan base idea. I think it's what happens is, hey, our team got in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, it's all about money. So
yeah. I mean, Baltimore. We got a couple things going on where it may affect it in the later games. So, if you got fantasy players going in Pittsburgh, the Ravens can clinch early. Mm-hmm. If the Ravens beat the Chargers, then they've clinched that division. But if they lose, the Steelers got a chance against the Browns to win that division. So, if you are playing this week, you have to watch that Ravens game early. Okay, you have to watch that, and you have to be mindful that they're playing the Texans. The Steelers are. So they've got to win. And you also have to be mindful that Denver has to win. Cincinnati has to win. Miami has to win.
Denver. Yeah.
You want to play these people. Okay? So we're going to go into fantasy rankings and all that.
Is Tua still out?
I haven't heard
anything.
Yeah,
I'll keep looking.
They need him to play.
Oh, God, they need him to
play. That team needs that boy.
Yeah.
And that boy needs a cushion on top of his head.
So, in our heated debate, if you have advice, if you have any kind of thoughts on division rankings versus seeding rankings in the playoffs, if you are involved in any of these other fantasy playoff implications, please hit us up, like, subscribe, talk to us. You know, we want to know going forward into 25 what you're on the plate, where fantasy football is going, and we want to know what players got y'all in the playoffs, because that greatly affects rankings next year going forward when we start doing data.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Yeah. So, all
right, let's see what we got going on Saturday.
Going in games. 2 games Saturday.
Ravens, Browns.
Like we said, Ravens win.
You got to fire every Raven up you got.
Yep. Zay Flowers' first Pro Bowl. That was awesome. If y'all watched that video, that was great. Lamar Jackson is my number 1 quarterback this week.
Go figure.
Well, if they win, they win. They win the division. Yeah. I mean, you got to play him. He's got everything.
You got to play him. You got to play Derrick Henry.
Yep.
Derrick Henry will have 150 yards, probably a touchdown in this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Zay, because he got the nod, they're going to look for him.
Yep.
But I'm telling you, man, Bateman will probably be a play in this. Andrews, I'm still not stuck on. I'm not too hot on Likely right now. But you fire up who you got with that one. On the Brown side of the ball,
I don't think anybody.
nobody.
Yeah.
Because
Isn't Zappy starting?
I don't know who's starting. I don't know.
Bailey Zappy.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't even know the.
I don't even think it's about that. I think right now it's kind of the opposite version of the losers, the winners. So they're probably going to sit people that they're going to try to hold over into next year, and they're already in that rebuild stage.
Jerry Jeudy has shown that he can excel with any quarterback.
When he has a chance.
But he's got to have a quarterback.
Quarterback.
When he has a chance.
But I don't think, even if they start Jerome Ford, I don't think they give him any work. You know what I mean?
The Ravens have the toughest run defense.
Yep.
Yeah, and you could throw on them. I
can throw all day on them.
I don't play anybody here in this. Maybe Njoku.
I wouldn't even risk it and look for a biscuit.
Yeah, I don't.
Ravens win big.
Time, baby.
Big. I'm talking. I don't know what the over and under is, but I think the Ravens can.
The over under is 41.5.
No way.
I think it's just look. You want to hear this? It's 41.5. Baltimore giving up 20.
There's no way in this world. The
20.
Baltimore. So they're saying the Browns are going to have half a point because Baltimore is going to have 41 points in this game.
Exactly.
That's a line.
I mean, that's an easy line for me to take.
Yeah, that's the line.
That's the line to take. Next game, Bengals Steelers. Bengals upset the Steelers in this one.
Boy.
I'm saying, man.
Yeah, I think it's a Joe Burrow win.
Joe Burrow.
Well, we know one thing. Joe Burrow's my number 2 ranked quarterback this week because Chase Brown's hurt, and he's got to throw the ball over the yard. Mm-hmm. He's got to throw the ball. And if Joe Burrow's my number 1 quarterback, Jamar Chase is my number 1 wide receiver. Mm-hmm. And T. Higgins, I play him too.
Roshan.
Yep.
Play them all.
Play them all.
T. Higgins, man, I told y'all he'd have 2 touchdowns last game. He had 3.
Yeah, had 3. He did great.
T. Higgins is going to either they're going to sign him and he's going to get a lot of money by them, or he's going somewhere.
Somebody gonna get him.
He's not going to. He's going to be the number 1 target for wide receivers.
We're going to have to talk about news and notes because he did come out earlier this week and say he would take less money to stay with Joe Burrow. But listen, after this week, we got Black Monday. We got to go. We got coaches I think 7 coaches will be fired Monday.
Good.
I do. I think 7 coaches will be fired Monday. 6. Mike McCarthy doesn't have a contract, but we're getting to that later on.
And I hope the general managers get fired too.
And
at least one.
I play Najee.
Oh yeah.
I play Najee.
Yes.
I play George Pickens.
Yes.
I am a little wary of Russell Wilson, even though you got some quarterbacks that aren't necessarily playing.
I'm not leery of Russell Wilson against the Bengals defense.
Bengals defense is weak.
Not at all. I think it's going to be a shootout. I think that Joey B is going to show why he should be in the MVP race, but he's not. He'll throw 3 to 4 touchdowns.
How he's willed that team this far is amazing to me.
It's
incredible. 641 yards, 42 touchdowns.
Yeah,
and not even talking about him.
No
MVP.
Yeah, and they've said it. They said it. So last week they said it. Michael Parsons said it about him. Yeah, he should be doing that. He should be an MVP candidate.
Yeah. But I mean, he is the most valuable player for his team, man. So what do you guys think? I think Bengals win. Maybe not as big as.
I think it's a touchdown.
Yeah.
Bengals win by and that's only because Steelers got a defense that's hard to beat.
Najee will have a touchdown.
I'll tell you this much: if the Ravens lose, that game becomes a lot more interesting.
Important. So they're going to play there. They're going to play there like their life depends on what the Steelers are.
That game becomes you'll know if the Ravens lose. They'll know if the Ravens because the Ravens play before the Steelers Saturday, and then they go in there. So
the Ravens, I don't see the Ravens losing.
I don't either
by anything.
I don't. There's
weird things have happened.
I don't see it at all.
The only way the Browns win is if Jameson Winston QBs.
Cleveland could go in there and just be like fourth and 1, go for it at the 25. We're gonna kick this. We're gonna do whatever we need to win.
That's what Detroit did last week. It was so fun to watch.
That's old.
They didn't care about nothing. 4th and 1 or 4th and 3. All right, throw the ball. Touchdown.
What do you mean? We're not sitting anybody. We're not sitting no players.
In Cleveland, what do they got to lose?
Nothing.
They love their coach. They love that coach no matter what. He's a year away from being coach of the year. They want him to stay.
He's a good coach.
Yeah, he's a great coach.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't have parts around him.
Stefanski's great. Hey, Cleveland might be like, hey, you know what? We're going to ruin this. We're going to ruin it for them. And they might do whatever. They might throw the kitchen sink at him. Fake punts, everything. And it will be grandiose. And this can happen. And next thing you know, if the Ravens lose, the Steelers can have that. They can win the division.
The old have your glove in your hand, walk into the sideline like you need a new glove, and then
whatever they can do.
Run to the end zone.
Yeah.
So Najee doesn't show up often, but he shows up when he's needed. Najee will have 80 yards and a touchdown in this one.
I like it.
All right. Sunday games.
Panthers, Falcons.
Man. Chuba's on IR. Man, what a man.
I don't touch a Carolina. Maybe Jordan Love might try to show out. Look, he's a 12 this week. I think he gets
Jordan Love. What are you talking about?
I mean, not Jordan Love. Excuse me, Bryce Young. I apologize.
Okay. Yeah.
I was looking at my rankings, and I have this is the way I got it ranked. Okay, I got Jordan Love, I got Bryce Young, and then I got Kyler Murray just because he may run into one in a ridiculous game against San Francisco in my rankings. I have Bryce Young a little higher because Atlanta hasn't stopped passing.
They haven't stopped anybody.
And Chuba's hurt. I don't see him trying to run the ball very often. They can win this game and ruin Atlanta's chances because Atlanta has to win and needs Tampa Bay to lose to win the division to get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And the Carolina might do the same thing as Cleveland, and they're stronger than Cleveland. I think.
I think they found something in Penix. The kid is accurate when he has the right mobility to, when his back foot hits the ground, he gets rid of the ball. He's pretty accurate.
Yeah,
I think they got something in him, man.
Yeah, I got him up there too. I got Michael Penix behind Russell Wilson at 14.
Falcons wise,
I just like Bijan so much. I just think they're just gonna run Bijan.
They're going to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what they did last game.
That's
run.
And
I got so worried about it because when I win by 1 point, I was like, man, if one more 10 yards, I'm done.
Yep.
So Falcons will win, but it won't be by a lot. I think the Panthers come to play now.
Yeah, they've become somewhat competitive.
Yeah.
And Bryce Young's kind of started throwing the ball like a quarterback.
He's going for averaging 2 touchdowns a game.
Yeah.
That boy wants to play football.
Yeah.
He wants to prove people wrong.
Yeah. And Bijan is my number 1 running back, obviously, this week.
Texans Titans.
I don't.
There's not a whole. So if you play Mixon, but I don't even know if he's playing.
I don't know either.
So if you do play Mixon, just know the Titans have one of the toughest defenses in the league. I
don't see why they wouldn't play him if they want to win. But
they have to. No, they already clinched.
No, they clinched. This is just what are they
so
doing?
Why hurt
yeah.
them?
This is I mean,
if they're clinched in their division,
they're clinched.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't fire them up.
This is
I think that's one of the one things that's known in the AFC is they're clinched in the number 4 seed. I believe.
Yeah. So
and Tennessee may just lay down.
Yeah, I wouldn't play none of them backups against Tennessee.
Tennessee may sit there. I think Tajay Spears hurt.
Yep.
I think they pretty much just try to get through the week and start over.
Yeah, they do. I'm playing Nico though, no matter what.
We need to go into this Monday. Do you think over there, Callahan? You think he's one and done in Tennessee?
Yes.
No, without a doubt.
Do you think he's gone?
And I don't think Callahan's terrible. I think that everybody failed him. He doesn't exude that he's a leader of men.
Yeah.
It's almost like he wants to be their friend, try to make them, hey, if you're my buddy, you'll do this for me type of guy. No, that's not what they need. That's not what they need. They need a Vrabel type dude in there.
Yeah, I don't take much stock in any of these players. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
Next game. So, do you think Texans win or Titans win?
I think the Titans lay down. I think
That's what I'm saying.
Texans will win.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Tennessee doesn't have anything to prove other than a good time.
Look, there's also number 1 draft rankings. I mean, there's a record out there that we're going to get into. Drake May won't even play because New England wants that number 1 pick.
That's
Believe it or not, I looked at it, right? So the Giants and the Patriots, it really doesn't matter who gets number 1. You know why? because the Patriots aren't looking for a quarterback and the Giants are.
Yeah,
So the Giants will pick your number one quarterback round one.
Yeah.
And the Pats will get whatever pick they want anyway.
they're talking about Henry maybe dropping to 4.
Wow. Really?
Can you believe that?
You talking about Travis Hunter?
Excuse me, not him. Oh my God, Travis Hunter. Yes,
Yeah.
I apologize.
So,
Travis Hunter dropping to 4. I apologize.
I could believe that. He wasn't the best at either position that he played in college. He was
Athletically.
not the best. At any
but he was the
position
best
that he played.
player. And
I didn't agree with him getting the Heisman whatsoever. I know we're going to have differences. I think
Yeah, but
I
you
think
gotta-
Genty should have got
Jinty
that.
should have won it. I mean,
Hands
Jinty had an
down.
amazing year at Boise
Hands
State.
down.
Yeah.
But it's about what team needs him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you could have the best running back. I've got a so-so running back, but my quarterback is terrible.
He's going to come into the league and he's going to play cornerback because they're so hard to find.
Yeah, gonna play corner. He's gonna play
He's
corner.
going to be a gadget guy for maybe 3 or 4 plays as wide
So your
receiver.
question is, what does the Pats benefit from when they draft first, if they go first?
Get a good corner
See?
Yeah.
in Hunter. But I would take, if I was them, I would take the best offensive lineman available.
See?
Will Campbell at LSU.
Yeah, there you go.
Will Campbell at LSU. Yeah. I have Calvin. For what it's worth, I have Calvin Ridley in my top 30. I have him. Why not? I mean, he's gonna get the ball. I mean,
I think so. I think he's going to get a touchdown.
he's in my top
I
30.
think he gets 80 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But this isn't a game that you're looking, because Texas is not going to try to hurt their players
but
with a clinch division.
This is a championship. This is a championship. You're not. Hopefully, you're not looking at top 30
yeah,
wide receivers.
No.
Yeah. So
Eagles, Giants.
Eagles are resting starters.
Yep. The Giants probably is not
Giants still won't beat them.
really. They don't. I don't think they want to
I don't think they want to either.
So
See, this is the craziest thing, man. These dudes get paid millions and millions of dollars, and then they're told to lay it down.
They're not.
So-
I'm gonna tell you, the Giants. I don't think they're laying it down.
The defense won't.
You think they're laying it down?
so like this, right? So the Eagles, they're gonna get players that get an opportunity to start that normally don't, like Gainwell. You know what I'm saying?
Gainwell's a great running back.
So he's gonna try to prove, look, I'm worth starting, or I'm worth getting on another team, or whatever the case may be. And the Giants, if they try to win, what is their advantage to trying to win? Nothing.
Drew Lock has an advantage of winning.
Drew Lock.
He wants. He needs a job.
Yeah.
Or they can go and get one of the 2 quarterbacks in the draft, and they both have character issues. So I wouldn't want either one of them.
Drew Lock.
Oh yeah, Sanders boys.
Yeah.
Shador has a character issue, and Cam Ward just wanted to come in and break the record, and then sat himself
Ain't that crazy?
and let his team down and let him lose.
Boy, this bowl game. Like, hey, I went to the Army bowl game.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what, the atmosphere is nothing like it used to be compared to like Capital One Bowl, even the Independence Bowl. Like, I sat on the Army side, even though I was with Tech fans, and I got involved being on the Army side because we were doing push-ups after the camaraderie over there was amazing compared to the lackadaisical, nobody, and I know it was a bad record, but I'm used to pageantry when it comes to college football game, especially bowl games, and it was not there.
I quit going to bowl games when everybody's in the crowd doing this. I'm at the bowl game.
Yeah.
Taking pictures of it.
They
don't care anymore. They
Look at me.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
No, I was saying, look at me.
Yeah, that's what they do. Look at me. It's all about me. So
I've never been to a bowl game.
Eagles, be careful playing any Eagles. Any Eagles players.
If you're looking at Chase Brown or somebody like that, you may want to go pick up Kenneth Gainwell.
I have Gainwell. I'm going to play him.
Yeah, I would go pick up. If you're so with injuries, like I really like Kenneth Gainwell this week.
I'm playing Tyrone Tracy. I have no problem playing him. Malik Neighbors.
He's hurt.
He's
on a questionable. I don't know.
So Wan'Dale Robinson would be a play for me, especially with Drew Lock on the ball.
Yep.
I think Drew Lock comes out and he wants to fling. Brian Dable's got a. They're talking about they're flying banners in New York. Fire everybody.
Fire everybody.
They're firing. And I think Brian Dable, he's gone from New York after this year.
Which is a shame because he's a quarterback guru.
I think what he did with Josh Allen was amazing.
Just a bad fit.
Yeah, Drew Lock. I think Drew Lock is hey, y'all want to go with Tommy Cutlets over me after I was number 2 all year?
That's when they were trying to throw their games.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Drew Lock is like, I gotta have a job next year,
Drew
and
Lock,
he's gonna start flinging it.
He's gonna be a high caliber backup. Nothing else.
Remember, was it that 2 times Matt Flynn went in on week 17s and he got paid in Seattle and then was a backup, and dude made like, what was it, like insane amount, $52 million or something like that.
Backup.
As for two week 17 games.
Drew Lock could easily do that.
Yep.
Money.
Get rid if you have bad options at your backup position like the Saints do.
Yep.
Sure.
Why not bring Drew Lock on a you know.
Yep.
Man,
If you're gonna stay with Derek Carr, you got to bring Drew Lock in.
You got to bring somebody in, and Drew Lock's gonna be playing for a job. So I kind of like that.
Yeah,
I kind of like that.
I like to watch these guys either make it or fail when their career's on the line.
Yep. Next game.
But so the Giants could win it, but I think the Eagles will win.
Yeah.
Jaguars, Colts.
Well, Jonathan Taylor's been on a tear.
Yeah, buddy.
Joe Flacco, I don't know who's quarterback, and I don't know
Joe
if
Flacco.
I think Flacco they said was going in as quarterback.
That's the latest Joe Flacco.
I don't think it matters. You're not playing Joe Flacco. You're not playing Anthony Richardson, a quarterback.
No, but you are playing Jonathan Taylor.
You're playing
right.
Jonathan Taylor. You're playing Jonathan Taylor. He's not going to sit.
And Joe Flacco spreads the ball around, so Pittman, Josh Downs, those 2 guys can be a play if you're desperate from all these people sitting.
Yep.
Jaguars wise, there's only one guy. There's only one.
Brian Thomas Jr.
That is it.
And I tell you what Mac Jones and him have really kind of gotten a rapport.
I'm almost thinking Mac Jones could take that job, man.
I don't know who that.
They're way invested in Lawrence, but why?
He's looked average.
A losing season will
best.
lose you more money than a quarterback that costs you $200 million.
Yeah.
Because once fans start falling off, it's hard to get them back.
Is Doug Peterson gone?
Yes. Another good coach gone. And he's not great, but he's good.
He won a Super Bowl.
So yeah. He's gone. And it's another one that the players felt him. I don't know.
Do you play ETN?
Heck no.
Man, no.
I don't play any Jaguars.
And it's hard for me to say because I like Etienne. I like him just as much as I like James Conner as a football player, not in fantasy.
It's not about a like situation. It's about what they're getting on the field.
They're not getting anything.
They're not getting anything.
I think Etienne will have a different zip code next year.
That's it.
Yep.
And someone better go get him. He's gonna be all right.
Yeah, catch the ball at the back is dynamic.
Yep. I think the Colts win.
Yeah, me too.
Because Joe Flacco is going to sling it. And Jonathan Taylor will probably have 100, 110, 120 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And they're playing. I feel like it kind of feels like Shane Steichen, that seat's warming up in Indianapolis. And Jim Irsay is so, like, he's somewhat wishy-washy. Like, yeah, I'm done. Get rid of him. You know, Jim Irsay.
1 week to the next.
Yeah, he's kind of 1 week to the next. And
Steichen's like, well, you keep giving me these garbage quarterbacks. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, you know, he's just, that seat might be getting hot. And
that'd be another good coach gone then if they do that.
Yeah, well, hey, New Orleans, if Shane Steichen becomes available, please. Yeah, so I do. Indianapolis is going to win because they're playing for Shane Steichen's job.
Yeah, and they do it. They actually like him.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Commanders, Cowboys.
That's going to be a good game.
This is a good game. Now, last time they played, someone at this table said the Cowboys would win, and everybody else said it would not happen. I said the Cowboys would win.
Yep.
And they did. And I think they'll win again.
I don't know about that.
I think
Washington takes this one.
Washington takes this one. If they win, they get the 6th seed.
Mm-hmm.
If they lose, they get 7th seed. So they got definitely something to play for. Ezekiel Elliott, gone.
They cut him.
Rico Dowdle, they love him. He's what he's done this year. He's probably a league winner for a lot of y'all out there.
He helped me a lot.
Yeah, he's in my top 13. I got him above Najee Harris. So I like Dowdle this week. If you got him, he's definitely a RB2 flex consideration.
Yeah, fire him up.
Yeah, I like
Tolbert.
No,
I don't. I don't know.
I like Brandon Cooks more than I like Tolbert.
Oh, I don't like that at all. I don't
like any of them. But if you had to pick one, they got to throw the ball to somebody, and I think it's going to be Ferguson.
Yeah, I don't.
But what do you do? You know.
You pick somebody on another team.
Yeah, you play somebody else.
You play a commander.
Yeah,
I
like
think
Terry McLaurin.
I think the Cowboys win, and I think they win because they're going to keep the score low, and they're going to run the ball and run the clock out because they know the most dangerous thing on that field is putting the ball in Daniels' hands, Jaden Daniels' hands, and that's what they did last time when they won.
Jaden Daniels is my 4th ranked quarterback. My 3rd ranked is Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
And Terry McLaurin is a top 8 wide receiver. I mean, and Brian Robinson Jr. You got to play him.
Oh man,
you got to play him.
Why wouldn't you?
You got to play him. And on the Cowboys side, it's just Dowdle, and the Commanders want that 6th seed. They want the better seed. They want the better game. And I think the Commanders are going out. And this is a Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn was the defensive coordinator for Dallas last year. He wants to win this game. Yep. Mike McCarthy, his contract's up. He might already know.
No future in sight.
Yeah, no future in sight. Hey,
he's got a future, just maybe not there.
Yeah, maybe not. He'll go somewhere.
Yeah.
But you don't know. Jerry Jones could have already said, hey, man, we're not re-signing you.
The day of these nice guy coaches, them days are over, man. These coaches that want to be buddies with their players and stuff, that's over with.
There's no reason to do that the way this stuff works think all these guys get paid lots of money.
Yep.
And being buddy with them don't help you out. It's, hey, we're paying you, do your job.
So you guys think Commanders win?
I think Commanders win.
I think Dallas wins.
Okay.
By a field goal. Because, their field goal kick it 60 yards.
He's amazing.
I do. I like him.
Aubrey's amazing.
Bears, Packers.
Well,
big time game.
This is a big game. Like the Packers win. And
Josh Jacobs doesn't do anything.
He's not.
He's dressing out. They say he might play sparingly. I think that means goal line work to pad his numbers.
Honestly, God, that's what I think too. I think he scores a touchdown, maybe 2, because I think whenever they get in the red zone, they'll be like, "Come on, man."
But you saw what Mitchell could do when he had the ball. When Jacobs was out, he's an animal. Man.
Yeah,
he looked like he looked great.
Yeah,
so I would fire him up. Wide receiver wise. And one of my biggest failures of the year is Jalen Reed.
He came out so hot, and he failed me, and he's not in my top 30.
So
I don't like picking anybody on the Packers other than Kraft.
So the Bears have one of the best defensive secondaries in the league.
Yeah,
it's going to be tough to throw the ball on them. So I think the Bears. Look, man, I'm not just calling out underdogs. I think the Bears could legit win this game. I don't know if they want to, but I think they could.
Oh, they want to. They want to. Look. I think they got the jump. Looking for a coach. Mm-hmm. Pete Carroll's already said he's interested in that job.
Wow.
Who wouldn't? If I'm a new coach and I'm looking at Black Monday, I get Caleb Williams. I get these dynamic receivers. Okay, mm-hmm. We got to shore up the offensive line. Mm-hmm. That defense is respectable. Mm-hmm. The passing back there, Johnson is one of the best corners in the game. This has got to be one of the most appealing open job, I believe, in the NFL.
You step in, all you do is shore up your offensive line and get you a good running back.
Get a good scheme.
You're good.
And get Caleb Williams up to speed because he's getting better and he's looking good.
He doesn't put the ball in jeopery.
He probably threw an interception last week.
Yeah, and then I was like, wow.
Yeah. And so I understand where you're coming from, but Green Bay wants this game. They want that 6th seed. And
so maybe they're dressing Josh Jacobs in case the Bears get up, and then they're going to be like, Josh Jacobs, go in. Maybe.
I play Josh Jacobs. I do.
Man,
especially in a standard league.
I got him in the championship against him. I don't know what to do with him. I don't know. I
play him.
I think he's getting a touchdown. Maybe 2. It's why I'm
I'll just keep flipping back and forth until I run out of time. Whoever's in there's in there.
Yeah. Great strategy.
Saints, Buccaneers. Buccaneers win.
Buccaneers win huge.
Is there huge enormous? Is there such word?
Yeah.
They win huge enormous.
Just so you know, I got Baker and Mike Evans against
I'm
Joe.
so high.
Yeah, you do.
I'm so high on Baker Mayfield.
Baker is going to be the number 1 quarterback of the
He may.
He was last week.
Yeah, he was.
Man.
Isn't he fun to watch,
He's
man?
just throwing touchdowns.
Goodness.
5 touchdowns last week.
I love watching Joe Burrow play because of LSU connection and all that stuff.
Yep.
But Baker Mayfield, man, I just enjoy watching him play football.
Hey, Mike Evans has got to get to 1,000 yards.
He's going to.
Against the Saints, they are going to throw the rock all over the yard.
45 passes and 39 of them are going to go to Mike
wherever they can get it to Mike Evans.
Yep.
You better play Baker and Mike Evans. And I'll tell you what, if you got that stack against New Orleans,
he does.
That's going to be amazing. Good for you.
That's a heck of a stack to have right here.
So last week, we're in the semifinals, and the guy I'm playing against, 187, right? He's got Joe Burrow, and they play early in the week, and Joe Burrow went off. And, man, I'm like, great. Like, in standard league, like 33, 34 points. I can't remember how it went. And I was just like, and he had Mark Andrews. So early in the week, he's already up. And I'm like, man, this is going to suck. Like, whatever. And in that Baker Mayfield game, I was like, just get more. Just get more. Get more points.
Throw six touchdowns.
Yeah, just do it.
Get greedy.
So the overall consensus between the top four was, I think you had 74, 78 points.
79.
Okay. The guy I played had 74, I know that. And then the guy you played had 60-something.
No, he had 77.9. Because I only won by 1 point.
1 point. Yep.
So I had 134 points in a standard
league.
Baker.
Thank you, Baker Mayfield.
Baker. Look.
And I played Bucky Irving, too. Irving, you know. Rashad might be a flex play.
We can look into the future here. In 3 years, Baker Mayfield will still be the quarterback of the Buccaneers.
I think so.
He has proved himself beyond any limit here this year.
Yeah, they've already signed him to the extension. So, I mean,
he's got a home just like Josh Allen has a home right now.
I think they start tuning up the field. That's really it.
They got to shore up their defense, man, and they'll be good.
Yep. And
they got a strong offensive line.
Yep. Like we said earlier, Tampa Bay wins are in.
Yeah.
That's it.
And unfortunately, they're playing against our team.
The Saints.
To me, the worst team in the league.
Worst team in the NFL.
I don't know what's going on. How come they would go and win a game here and there? I don't understand what they're doing.
I don't know if it's a mail-in strategy or if it's just, week to week or how that goes.
Of the 11 people on the field on offense, 8 of those people could not be there next year, and 6 of them I do not want there next year.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this much, right? They've risked so much future-wise salary cap that
kicking the ball.
They had no depth. Mm-hmm. It was you have
Mickey Loomis destroying our future.
Yep, and boy, they got some questions coming in. They Monday-wise, Aaron Glenn seems to be the one they're talking to.
No.
It seems to be they're talking to Aaron Glenn. They have a lot of interest in Aaron Glenn and a lot of interest in Joe Brady. But Aaron Glenn seems to be the guy that they've had.
I mean, I'm not against Aaron Glenn. He's done great things. But Joe Brady's out there, man. You got to throw the purse at him. You got to throw it at him. Ben Johnson, give him everything.
I don't know why Chicago isn't calling. I know that's playoffs and tampering and all that, but New Orleans, they said they've been doing since Rizzy's kind of fallen off and all these injuries have happened. They're already in. They've got a really good head start on head coach searching because I heard through the grapevine with Ross Jackson and all those guys. I have heard that they kind of wanting to get this thing in as soon as possible to start building it culturally.
I can see that.
That I can see it.
Yep.
Joe Brady has a connection to Louisiana. The fans would love him.
New Orleans and LSU.
Yeah. The fans would absolutely love him.
That's the one thing I don't understand about the Saints.
But so does Aaron Glenn.
Throughout the years, right? They could have fought for Jaden Daniels or Joe Burrow when it was coming out,
Right.
And they didn't make any moves to get something where, you know how much money they would make if they had Joe Burrow or Jaden Daniels as their quarterback? And I'm not saying that they could or couldn't. Like, think about it.
Yeah.
We're talking financially here.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, okay.
You would pack the stadium.
Go back further for a guy who would be a backup quarterback. They could have got Matt Flynn.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And Matt Flynn is a Louisiana product.
They didn't get Jamar Chase. They didn't get Justin Jefferson.
Right.
They just got Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and he's banged up.
he's done.
You know what I'm saying?
He's on his way out.
He's done.
You didn't. You're not picking. You didn't get Michael.
Thanks for bringing Tyrann
Brian
Matthews
Thomas.
6
You didn't
years too late.
You didn't get Malik Neighbors.
Right.
I mean, think about all this.
Mm-hmm.
At what point are you like, you know what? Let me bring home some guys from LSU that won championships. Justin Jefferson is the best at wide receiver in NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Jamar Chase is the second best wide receiver in the NFL. Why not? Not only do you get quality players, but you get that value at home. People would you go to the Dome now during a game, and you can look upstairs and there's seats wide open.
It's never been like that.
Never been like that. When what's his name? Number 9.
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees was there. It didn't matter if you were losing or winning. You know what?
You forgot the great one?
You know what I mean. But I'm thinking about the empty seats. They were never empty. It didn't matter.
They were never.
Every
time I've gone there.
Even on a losing game, the best you got was in fourth quarter, 2 minutes left. They were losing bad. People start trying to get to the parking lot. But other than that, I don't understand the Saints. Like, why get these average, below average, aging players all this money when you could get people in the seats just to see some people?
We're gonna have to go.
We're gonna do a whole show.
We're gonna readdress this because we have to go back in the 5 past drafts with the terrible Peyton Turner drafts, the picks, and the Trevor Pennings and all that.
letting Zach Bond go.
But yeah, we can go on and on and on about terrible personnel decisions. But we got a couple more games to handle.
So
right
Buccaneers win by 30-something points.
Yeah,
Easy.
Easy.
You probably win the championship because of Baker Mayfield.
I mean, that's a great stack.
Unless Jared Goff throws 6 touchdowns.
Oh, don't forget now, I got Sam Laporta, so that there's some Jared Goff eat up right there.
Now that's what helped me win the championship. He had Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I had Jared Goff. Next game, Bills Patriots.
So the Bills are resting a lot of people.
They are.
The Patriots want to lose this game. They're not even gonna. I don't even see if they lose, they get the number 1 pick. The Patriots don't want to win.
And so the Bills are going to win by accident.
Ray Davis, just hand the ball.
Just hand the ball.
Just run Ray Davis. If you got Ray Davis, you might want to play. New England wants to lose. They might not play Drake May. There's a report out there. Mm-hmm. What boy? How mad would they be if they accidentally won this game and they lose the first pick?
Drake May.
I can tell you, it's not. I don't think it's a thing. The Giants end up with the first pick, and they're not even targeting a player that the Patriots want. So it's not the same.
The Patriots have a.
That doesn't mean somebody won't trade up.
Yeah,
no,
I would use it to have someone trade up to me.
Yeah, why not? It doesn't mean
I agree with that.
There's many teams that need a quarterback.
I agree with you on that.
Cam Ward ain't going to be number 2, is he? He may be if the Giants are there, but
this is what
they can always trade out of that position.
This is what I don't want to see. The Browns trade up to get a quarterback with a character flaw. Both these top quarterbacks are bad character
Probably
guys.
Sanders.
Just to get another bad character guy when they already have a bad character quarterback in the room. That's what's going to happen.
I don't know if they're bad character.
Cam Ward is a bad character guy. He's a me. Look at me. It's all about me guy because he let his team down in that game. He completely didn't care if they won or lost.
Yeah, I know that.
He knows he was signed.
He's about to go to the NFL, though. He's got to worry about making millions.
I'm pretty sure he's making millions now.
He sure is.
He's going to make more.
So
you got to worry about your own. You're not playing. You're playing in a game that doesn't mean much.
Shador is just as.
He's a bad character guy, man. That dude is. Have you seen the videos of him?
Yeah, it doesn't.
The things he says to people on when cameras are in his face. What he said to that ball boy.
I know.
I mean, this dude is a bad person, man. He's a me guy too, just like his daddy is.
It's just they're kids though too. They're 20, 21. They're not.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't want that leading your team. Because once you inject that type of virus into your team, it goes.
So this is what I want to happen. Okay, I was a Jets fan. I grew up, so I didn't like the Giants. What I want to happen is the Giants get Shador, and then they go and get Coach Prime, like he calls himself. And they got 2 bad character guys in the room, and it destroys that entire team. That's what's going to happen.
I don't know. My opinion is different. Man. My opinion is different. I don't think Prime is a bad character guy. I never thought that. I
think Prime's a business guy.
he's a flashy guy, but he knew that's what got him paid.
He's all about him. He's always been about him. Me.
He played two sports. He wouldn't know about him.
All right. So
Let's we can talk about that all
Bills
day
and
long.
Patriots, coin toss, winner, chicken.
Yeah.
Bills win because Ray Davis falls over into the end zone.
Yep. That's it.
Chargers Raiders. This one has implications, don't it?
Yeah, it does. Well,
This is definitely a J.K. Dobbins, Justin Herbert game.
yeah.
Brock Bowers
J.K. just came back from that injury too. Man,
Glad McConkey's
got me a
questionable.
touchdown last week.
yeah, McConkey's questionable.
Somebody let that boy go on the waivers last week, and I picked him up.
Who?
J.K. Dobbins.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
They thought he was done for the season.
Yeah. And then last second decision, like you're talking about, flip flop.
Yeah, flip-flop.
Tajay Spears or him? I paid J.K.
Yeah. Let's see. Man, I don't even know.
They say J.K. Dobbins is a great guy on the field.
He's
Like
great.
personality.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's a team guy.
Man, that dude's come back.
That's why he's been hurt so many times that people want him in their locker room. He's a good
ACL
dude.
tear, and he just keeps coming back.
Nick Chubb, same way.
And I mean, it ain't just him, too. It's Gus Bus, too.
Yeah.
It's ACL tear. That's the only reason they're still not in Baltimore.
Right.
Is because they both were just tearing ACL. But they're both amazing.
And then when you bring Derrick Henry in the room, they're like, "Well, thanks for coming."
Yeah.
Because they say Derrick Henry's a great locker room guy too.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like one of the best guys.
Yeah.
This game right here, Justin Herbert, if you have him,
Yeah, this
Fire him up.
is a good chance. This is a good quarterback this week. I think he's probably top 6.
Raiders wise, man,
Brock Bowers is all you got, bro.
That's all you got.
I would probably, if I didn't have any other choice, I would play Jacoby Myers in this one.
If you've got choices, though.
If you have
if you
no
have a
choice.
You got choices.
Chargers are going to win big.
Yeah, I think this is a takeaway
yeah.
for Chargers.
49ers Cards.
I like the Cardinals. New coach, just a plan for him. Kyler Murray's got to show he can do something. Marvin Harrison Jr. had just a up and down. Not the best rookie, not what we all expected him to have compared to the Brian Thomas Jr. and Malik Neighbors coming in with dynamic catches and
Did you see them trying to butter his numbers? They were saying, but he was the 5th best rookie wide receiver. Well, he was the first pick wide receiver, so he shouldn't be the 5th best.
He shouldn't be the 5th best. Not with that offense. Not with James Conner running the ball. Not with the.
Well, there's a good chance Brock Purdy don't play.
Yeah.
So you just keep taking pieces out that little system right there.
Yeah.
Their backup's not that bad.
Is it just going to be Garendo show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe so.
Yeah, me too.
But I think you're right. I think Cardinals win this one.
I mean,
It's not going to mean nothing.
no, they got to do something for it. They were at one time this year. The Cardinals were winning, and Gannon had them playing some good ball, and
They took Marvin Harrison Jr. and
You just said just run straight.
yeah, I
Run
don't.
all the way to the end zone.
Yeah.
That didn't make any sense to me. Run down to the end zone.
Yeah, I don't know what's.
no other routes. Just go.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to go on with this. I don't play Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm kind of in the middle of the season. I had better options where I started playing.
I have Kyler Murray. I'm playing Jared Goff over him. But if you only have Kyler Murray, feel comfortable playing him here. He can't go out at the end of the season the way the season's been for him.
No.
He's gonna run for 2.
He has to do something here. And I feel you on the Jared Goff. Jared Goff, I think that Detroit Minnesota game, like Sam Darnold and Jared Goff should be played.
Is Detroit beatable, man?
Yes.
Let me guess, by Lamar.
Detroit.
Who do you think?
Detroit's beatable by Minnesota.
Who?
Minnesota's defense is outstanding.
Are they? It's like a brick wall.
And Detroit's defense is banged up. As a matter of fact, if Detroit doesn't win this game and they got to travel.
Who do you think is going to be the 2 teams in the Super Bowl?
Oh my gosh, it's got. Can I see who's all going to be in the playoffs first?
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
So Cardinals win. You think
Yeah.
Cardinals win? Nick, Cardinals win?
Cardinals win.
Chiefs
Broncos have to win. Chiefs are resting people. This is
an easy one.
Bo Nix. You play Bo Nix.
This is a give me.
Yeah.
Play
Cortland Sutton, please.
Play him.
Do not touch any Denver running backs like you've done all year. Treat it the same way.
Do not touch any Chiefs running backs.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have.
You're not playing anybody.
Yeah, they're not even trying to win.
Yeah.
They're
Which is great news for my for
Cortland Sutton and
Bo Nix in Denver.
Yeah.
Terrible news for Miami. Terrible news for the Bengals.
If you have Bo Nix, he's going to be a top 5 quarterback this week.
Yeah, he's going to be top 10 for sure.
Seahawks, Rams.
Well, the Rams really don't have much to play for. They've already clinched this. Seattle's out of it. But Geno Smith,
Incentive.
100. If he throws for 180 yards, he gets $2 million. If Seattle gets to 10 wins, he needs another $2 million. So I fire up Jackson Smith and Jigba. I fire up Charbonnet. I do not play him. I do not play Mr. Geno Smith.
No.
But he wants that.
He's wanted a lot of things.
And he's going to. And
he's failed at them all.
Yeah. But he's going to get this $4 million, y'all.
Yeah,
he's going to get this $4 million against the Rams.
He'll get his money.
Yeah.
Yep.
And do we know if the Rams are playing Williams?
I don't know. They haven't said anything about sitting anybody. No, I think the Rams are going to play it like Detroit. We're not sitting anybody. Why would they?
I don't know, but if you don't play, if you have Kyle Williams and he didn't play,
Blake
Corum is a pickup for
Hold
sure.
on, stop. I correct myself. Cameron Williams is not playing because I did pick up Blake Corum.
Yep. I didn't think he was playing.
Yep. I picked up Blake Corum.
Which is why Blake Corum is a huge play this.
Yep.
Yeah, this game is going to be competitive, I think.
And Corum's going to try to show himself here.
Yep.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, I like Blake Corum.
I'm glad you said that. I forgot about that.
In the flex. I like him. I love him, actually.
Yeah. And
his stock's got to be going up.
I think the Rams win. Even with Blake Corum in the backfield.
Yeah, I mean,
he reminds me of Isaiah Pacheco out back there, man. Just trying to run over people with small stature. Dolphins, Jets.
Yeah, well, the Dolphins win to stay alive.
Jets are a
dumpster fire. I don't even know what the Jets got even in plan or in store or whatever. Miami's going to win this. You're playing Tyreek. You're obviously playing Devin Two Chains.
Yep.
That's about all you need.
That's it. That's who you're playing. Jonnu. You're playing Jonnu Smith, obviously. And that's it. That's it in this game.
On the Jets side of the ball, do you play Wilson? Got to.
I don't know.
Now Breece Hall is going to be in one of our leagues. He's going to be my worst pick. He was my number 1 pick, and he failed me miserably this year.
And I would have never seen that coming.
Never. He was better with a worse quarterback.
Yes.
Yeah. There's nobody else.
Yeah, I don't touch anybody else in this game. Mm-hmm. No.
Aaron Rodgers said he'd take less money to be a bridge quarterback.
Yeah, he's going to have to.
Yeah, I don't.
Who's going to be the?
I wouldn't want him on my team after what he just did.
Besides the Saints, I don't know, man.
Oh boy,
Aaron Rodgers got sacked more than any other quarterback this year, statistically, and they brought in those 2. That was supposed to be an area they shored up because they brought in 2 new tackles.
Yeah, they were old.
Yep, they were older though, and
one of them went out for a while. I don't remember which one went out for a little bit.
They've got to shore that up. They have got to shore that up.
They're sitting their starters. The Rams.
Yeah. All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's McVay got interviewed, stating that they're going to start Corum and the starters are going to rest.
Are they going to start Tutu and Marcus Robinson?
It doesn't say.
It doesn't.
It just says that they're going to. It says in the wake of resting starters.
So Jimmy G's playing.
Yeah, he is. I remember the announcement.
Look, I'm telling you right now, Jimmy G is playing.
I remember reading something the other day about Jimmy G playing.
With DeMarcus Robinson potentially, Tutu Atwell, Parkinson, Corum, their offensive line. Man, Jimmy Garoppolo is something to think. I'm telling you right now, Jimmy Garoppolo is something to think.
I like too many more.
I'm telling you right now.
I got Baker.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to throw 6 touchdowns to beat Baker.
Yeah. Look, Baker, Daniels, Burrow, Sam Darnold, and Jared Goff are going to be in a shoot off.
That's going to be a shooting.
But Jimmy G may make a show.
He might. He might throw 2.
Hey, New Orleans. Jimmy G was the backup over there behind, the Rams. You might want to go pick him up.
At one point they were looking at him.
They looked at a bunch of people, man,
Yeah.
and they continually make the bad decisions.
Yeah.
Don't get me started back on the Saints.
This is before Carr. They were looking Jimmy G, and they didn't do it.
They probably would have been better off.
Promise you, it'd been cheaper.
Yeah, we'd save some money.
Oh man.
So Dolphins win big.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Without a doubt.
they have to win. So, hey, is that job? Is he going to keep a job?
Who?
McDonald, the coach for Miami.
I wouldn't keep him.
You don't?
No.
Because he cannot win against teams with
He's
winning
been
records.
throughout his career as a coach.
He cannot win. The dude is cool. and I love him.
But again, here we go.
But this was supposed to be the year they were 7-0. They were going to be start off 7-0. They had the weakest schedule starting out of the gate. Mm-hmm. Man, they're not making the playoffs.
Here we go again with the nice guy coach who wants to be all his players' buddy. I don't agree with that style. I want the Bill Belichick. I want I'm the boss.
You want the CEO?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the boss. If you don't like it, go sit down over there.
Yeah.
You can be replaced, type of dude.
Do you think he loses his job?
He fits Miami. He fits the city. He's flashy. He says all that crazy stuff. I think they give him one more.
Down the middle season.
I think they give him one more. They had a lot of
the Tua injury helps him out.
Yeah,
and,
he had some injuries.
Yep, and they lost.
I guarantee you, he gets put on notice.
No, it's getting hot. You got to win against.
You got one more.
Yeah, you got to win against. He shows that he cannot beat teams with winning records. That's
been for years.
Yep. So, all right.
Most important game of the week: Vikings Lions.
The best game of the week to watch.
Absolutely.
I cannot stop thinking about this game.
So this is Sam Darnold.
Yes.
Addison.
Yes.
Justin Jefferson.
Yes.
Aaron Jones.
Yes. TJ. Yes.
Yep.
And then boom, the other side. It's
same positions, same place.
Everybody.
Yeah.
This is going to be a shootout, boy.
Yeah. Don't play either one of these defenses. I wouldn't play either one.
Because somebody's scoring.
That Minnesota defense is for real.
They are for real, but
this Detroit team is good. Detroit secondary's banged up. The Detroit defense is banged up. I'm telling you, I'm looking in this crystal ball, right? Hey, if Minnesota wins and gets the first seed and Detroit has to travel with their defense banged up and they don't get that week of rest.
Outside of a dome.
Maybe. If they got to go to Green Bay or something that.
It's over.
Or they got to go to Washington.
It's over.
And their defense is banged up, they will lose.
They will. Outside that dome in the cold, it's over with. So if they win this game and they go deep into the playoffs or Super Bowl, they're going to throw the money bag at Sam Darnold. Where does JJ go?
I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know.
To the Saints.
Because JJ's now trade capital.
Yeah. They might say, look, they can do the Jordan Love. 2 more years. And then gone.
Yeah, but he's worth so much right now.
Hey, best scenario is he goes over to the Bengals.
As a backup?
No, I'm talking about JJ.
McCarthy.
No, you're talking about JJ McCarthy.
McCarthy,
Jefferson.
No, Justin Jefferson's job is absolutely
he's
locked in.
Yeah,
JJ McCarthy
he's over with. Yeah, he'll go to a team that needs a quarterback.
Yeah, he hasn't even showed anything. So
there's a good. Hey, you know what you're talking about? There's a good chance they pick up JJ McCarthy at the Giants and trade up. Somebody trades up into that position.
I've seen some memes on social media, teams wanting to put him places. He's not better than Caleb Williams, so the Bears one's out. I
didn't like him coming out of Michigan.
You know what they did?
I think he
handed the ball off. He's going to be a game manager.
He's a game manager. Yeah,
he handed the ball off 75% of the time.
I just thought that they're going to have a bridge. It'll be Sam Darnold will be a bridge. Say, hey, Sam, here's a contract. If you keep playing, we'll have incentives.
Yeah,
and then
happen to be a 3-year bridge.
Yeah, and Sam Darnold's like, okay, this is going well. Why would I leave?
Hey, let me build you a bigger bridge.
Yeah. Sam Darnold found his footing, man. He's there. That's his job.
Yeah.
So it's most important game. Who wins?
I think Detroit wins.
I think Detroit wins.
He wants to say Vikings
so bad
because of their defense.
That defense is something fierce. Detroit's offensive line is the best in the game.
Now, Minnesota does have one more weapon than Detroit does. And his name is Naylor.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I don't know. Tim Patrick catching touchdowns.
Yeah,
these
so
days.
is Jameson Williams.
Jameson Williams.
Jameson
No,
Williams.
come
But
on.
neither one of them are better than Naylor. I don't think so.
Oh, I think
You think Jameson Williams is?
Yes, I think Jameson Williams. I think
He's
Jameson
fast.
Williams is probably better than Jordan Addison.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
That's tough.
let alone.
I know. I
Naylor.
watched 2 sliding catches from Jameson Williams. Sliding.
I mean,
Yeah.
across the field as he's sliding, catching that ball.
Yeah.
You could almost just flip a coin on this game.
Exactly.
No, it's gonna be a good
That's
game.
it. It's gonna be.
Best 2 games of the week just to watch. Washington Cowboys in this one.
I'm going to say Lions win, and I'm going to say Jared Goff throws 6 touchdowns because I need 6 touchdowns to beat you.
I say, I think Minnesota's defense finds a way to do it.
Yeah, they could.
And
Anything could happen.
And only because, and I think Detroit's banged up defense right now. Now, there is a storyline right now that maybe Alex Anzalone might be healthy enough to be in this game. Now that changes.
Yeah, I
if
don't-
Alex Anzalone gets to play on that Detroit defense, well,
Do you want a 70% Anzalone or what they got now?
Yeah, I mean, if you know you're going into the playoffs, why push it?
I mean, I like Anzalone.
I know that they're a go hard team, but hey, look, you know what? You take another week and we're gonna get this stuff.
it's not even that. Too the coaches. You got Campbell, and then you got Kevin O'Connell. Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
This is so good.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it. And Anzalone, again, another name that the Saints let walk out of the building.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's end on that note.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, we hope you did great this year in your fantasy football endeavors. We're closing it out for Week 18. We're going to go into some playoff stuff going into next week. Until next time, I'm Nick Tate,
Joe Caldera.
I'm the Shadow Act.
and we're out.
Ay, give me the chip. I need the championship. Wait, we got a
SmashMouth Footballerz.
Yeah, we can handle it. Wait, soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call me the champ. They know what it is, know what I do, know who I am. Who don't understand? Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My ring finna be immortalized. Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk a mile or even fit into my shoes. Still, I got a lot to prove, but for all that we've been through, this overdue. This the anthem. Pull up and you know the team is strong. This your anthem. All my underdogs. Everybody get your hands up. Times was hard, but we made it through. We were struggling for a minute, so that winning overdue. Yeah, they know it's true.